Life is the essence. Now, he's not talking about physical existence. You can be on life support, but that's not life. It's existence. He's talking about life. Life is being. Life is what it's not about existence. He doesn't want us to exist. He didn't create us amoebas and protozoans. He didn't create a single-celled organism. He created us to live and to breathe and to have interaction with him. Existence is not his goal. Life is his goal. He wants us to live. And so the whole point is it starts at the way. The way is Jesus Christ. When you get into Jesus Christ, you get the truth, and he brings you to the life. And the life is the essence of God. In him was life, and the life was the light of man. If we want life, if we want light, we want life. If we want life, we want truth. And if we want truth, we want the way. He gave a very comprehensive answer, and then he said, no man comes up to the Father but by me. There is no other way. The bad news is there's only one way. But the good news is it works perfectly fine. One size fits all. You don't have to look for another way because there's only one way that works and there's only one way that you need. It's like when you go looking for a car, you're looking for a car. You're not looking for a fleet of cars. When you're looking for a job, you're looking for one job. You're not looking for 5 jobs to work at the same time. And you only are looking for one way, because you only need one way. You can't do 2 ways at one time. You can't drive 2 cars at one time. You can't ride 2 horses at one time. You need a way. When you get into trouble, you're looking for a way, not ways. You don't need a back door when you find the right one.
Amen.
So it comes back to what he says. He says, well, I don't know where you're going and I don't know how to get there. And then Jesus gives him this answer. Well, you know the way and you know where I'm going. I am the way, the truth, and the life. The beautiful thing is, you don't have to figure out the answers to your problems. Everybody wants to know the answers to their problem. You don't need an answer to your problem. All you need is Jesus. He has the answer to your problem. The problem is this. Most people, they want to know why. And you know what? That has nothing to do with God. It has everything to do with Satan. And I'll tell you why. Because when you try to understand it, you impede the work of God. God will always tell you as much as you need to know, but if you want to know more than that, that has nothing to do with God. Because there's always one more thing that you don't know and don't understand. And taking the time to try to know and understand that is going to impede what God is doing. So God will tell you what you need to know, and the rest you say, just be quiet and watch. And why? Because God does the supernatural. How can we understand the supernatural? And really, when you think about it, would you want to serve a God that you could understand? Because if you could understand him, then you'd be just as powerful as him. Or he would be just as weak as you, I should say. And after all, you're the one in the problem. So if you could understand him, he wouldn't be much use to you. It's the enemy that wants you to get, the enemy that wants you to get you to try to understand it. It not only impedes the work of God, but it gets you on the wrong page. This goes all the way back to the garden. God created in the middle of the garden, 1 tree each. There's many different trees, multiple trees of the same thing. But in the middle of the garden was the tree of life, just one, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, just one, right next to one another. We always want to go to the tree of the knowledge of good and evil because it gives us a sense of empowerment. I know. But how does that help you? Well, when you know and someone else doesn't, it gives you what you think is an edge. But you don't need to know. Because when you eat from the tree of life, you know, you can get your head big with all kinds of facts. And you'll never know enough. But when you go and you eat from the tree of life, you don't need to know everything. Because you have everything that you need. And you can have peace at the same time. I've never known facts to give anybody peace. I've never known anybody who got more facts and it made them feel more peaceful. Because it says in Ecclesiastes, and in much knowledge is much sorrow. The more you know, the more you wish you didn't know, for the most part. But when you get into Jesus, he tells you as much as you need to know, and you don't have to worry about the rest because you're actually entrusting it into the hands of God. He brings you that place of peace. He brings you that place of life. Like he said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. It's a complete package. I am the way, the truth, and the life. The life is where you want to go. And the truth, the way and the truth, is how to get there. Jesus Christ. And that's our message for today.
Amen.